Professor Bernard Registrar is planning a multi-center, investigator-initiated diabetes trial with investigators at 17 sites in 8 countries over 3 continents. The agreements and budgets have been completed for every site. The current priority is to complete the EC application form for each site. 17 different application forms to be completed in total, each taking 4 full working days for one of his staff. Professor Registrar reflects, "That's 68 full working days. Why can't all ECs use the same EC application form? We need more standardization." One of his staff enters the office, indicating to him that one of the EC application forms specifically refers to clinical trial registration. This EC requires entering of the trial in the local trials registry prior to an EC review so it can assess and approve the information registered. The rationale behind this request is that potential study participants may use the trials registry for identification of potential trials open for participation. Professor Registrar closes his eyes and groans, "That's it." Professor Registrar is distressed because one of the ECs in his multinational clinical trial demands that the trial be enlisted with the local registry prior to an EC review so it can assess and approve the information registered. He has never heard of such a request, so he decides to call the local EC chair, Dr. Ann Straight, for a discussion and explains the odd EC requirement. Dr. Straight replies, "Well, I can't provide a straightforward answer since I have never heard of such a requirement before. In fact, I have never even thought about it. Our written procedures state that any text in the advertisements for participant recruitment should be reviewed and accepted by the EC. So is a trial registry an advertisement? I assume this is up to the individual EC to determine. However, we know that potential trial participants are searching more often through public registries for potential trials. The question you have raised is, in fact, very much an ethical one, since the text provided online is virtually always in English and not translated into a local language, say in Spanish. Sorry, but I cannot give you a direct reply. Hopefully, I will be able to provide some feedback once I return from a research ethics meeting in Barcelona by the end of next week. Well, at least I can tell you this. You have to comply with the requirements of the EC you refer to. Professor Registrar, let me get back to you next week." Note: this scenario addresses a potentially new ethical matter related to clinical trial registration. Does the trial registry information posted serve as a regulatory or publication policy requirement alone, or does it also serve as a trial recruitment advertisement?